QB 1520 Stockdale, San Antonio.
The most incredible
Talk that inspires change.
Hi, this is the Reality Check Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and today is your day. I hope you're having a very good one. I know in Texas, the weather right now is just ridiculously hot. Some of the stuff that I've seen, I think I saw the devil at the store buying a ceiling fan, so you know it's really hot. But today is going to be a great day. You know, when I was creating the theme of this show, when I was creating the theme for today's show, it's really about people who feel like they are going through absolute hell right now, which a lot of us are. And that's not God's plan for you, even though it may be constituent to his plan. Now, you ask yourself, Dr. D, what in the devil are you talking about? Well, here's what I'm talking about. I'm going to make it real simple for you. If you are struggling, if you are going through a lot of upheaval in your life, if you are in a position where you don't know up from down, right from wrong, everything you are touching seems to turn to manure as opposed to turn to gold, well, I can tell you you're probably on the right track. Now, of all people, I am someone who can definitely vouch for that. I'm going to tell you why. Every significant thing that I have ever achieved in my life, I achieved because I was going in a direction that very few people would ever travel. Now, what does that mean? Because I know somebody out there is listening to this and your little behind is crazy as a bee in a beer bottle, but I'm going to get real deep with this later in the show. But here's what I'm going to tell you. If God be for you, then who or what can be against you? And I'm going to tell you absolutely nothing. And I'm going to talk about that in a lot of length today. This is a phenomenal show, and I'm going to tell you why. I ran into my boy Tim, and if you guys watch the Oprah Winfrey Network, there is a show on there called Sweetie Pies with some people that I simply adore, Tim Norman being one of them. His mother, Miss Robbie, used to sing with Ike and Tina Turner back in the day, and when she had issues with her voice, she decided, why not use my other talent, which is to cook some Lord have mercy, good food, especially that peach cobbler. We'll talk about that in a minute. But the deal was her son, Tim, after going through the school of hard knocks, after her losing her other son, came out and he transformed Mom's vision into, all I can say is one of the top restaurant brands in the United States, and in my opinion, possibly in the world, in terms of what it does to transform. Everywhere they open a restaurant, it transforms literally lives, communities, and stomachs and palates. The soul food has a whole lot of soul in it, and I'm not just talking about rhythm and blues. I'm talking about things that touch your heart, and it brings me back to the memory of just sitting down with Mom and Dad when my parents were living, and having that Sunday dinner where no matter what you did Saturday night, everybody got up, went to church on Sunday, and families were families, and there was a sense of order in the house. Mom and Dad were present and what have you. So today, I am so honored. I got the general manager, Bruce, coming in to spend some time with me, and then Chef Chanta, Clark, who is taking their recipes and made Miss Robbie proud. So we're going to be talking about not just the food, but Sweetie Pies and the vision behind it. After that, as usual, we're going to do our usual segments where we've got to talk about the reality checkup. And again, I gave you a little hint of that a minute ago. And the checkmate letter today was off the chain. So for some of you guys who are walking around coveting other people's stuff and going through a lot, or your hormones have driven you nuts and you don't know how to turn them off, today I've got a titillating letter from a fan that I definitely don't want you to miss, because more than likely this may be affecting your life or the life of your spouse, or you and your spouse, and you just don't know it yet. And here's the life topic that we're going to talk about today. If God be for you, what can be against you? And I really am going to dig in on that subject matter. There is just so much that we have in store, so you don't want to miss 1 minute in today's show. And again, my special guests are the stars from the Oprah Winfrey hit program Sweetie Pies, and I'm telling you, they're doing a soft opening here in Houston right now. It wasn't nothing soft. I saw people in there with no teeth eating hot fried catfish. I don't know how them two things went together, but old boy was over there gumming it up. All right, I know I'm going to hell. I need to leave that man alone, right? But I wonder why do people, I'm like Bruce, why do people eat catfish right out the grease and it's hot? But to watch this dude that didn't have no teeth, he was just, okay, I know, I'm going to hell, I'll stop. Anyway, but we're going to talk about that and so much more today on the Reality Check Doctor, and this is Dr. D. Oh, let me do the other housekeeping. Make sure you get your pen out. Write this number down, 832-230-5592. 832-230-5592, and you can watch us on everything social media. It's Kind, but with a Y, KYND Radio, and at Twitter at KYND Radio, and at Instagram at KYND_radio, YouTube KYND-TV. We got too much going on, but I can tell you this, you don't have to miss a moment, and even if you do, the live stream on Facebook is going to kick it right back to you all day, every day, so don't feel bad if you tune in late. And last but not least, you can always download the KYND app at your Play Store or your Apple Store. That's KYND, and it's at the Play Store or Apple Store. This is the Reality Check Doctor, Dr. D. Yvonne Young. We're going to take a break, and we'll be right back.
Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown here at KYND. You know, throughout my career, people always say, Les, I want to do what you do. I love to help people. I've got a story. Well, guess what? That's why I started the Les Brown Maximum Achievement Training Program. It will help you to gain the tools and knowledge to become a certified life coach, a public speaker, or a certified trainer. Learn the inside secrets on how to grow your brand and help others to become the best that they can be. Are you ready for a change in your life? Well, this is it. My friends here at KYND Radio will help you get started. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you ready to take action and change your future? Go to KYNDradio.com and click on the Les Brown banner.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. What are you doing for your skin? Especially you ladies. Well, I've got the perfect products for you. It's called Simply Yolanda. Just go to Yolanda Adams Live, click on the link for Simply Yolanda, and you can find our body oil, body wash, and our body souffle, which is our moisturizer. It's so good for you. It's supple, it's amazing, it cleanses, and it keeps your skin nourished. You wanna know how I know? Did you hear me? I use it. Yes, I use it. Simply Yolanda at YolandaAdamsLive.com.
Charge.
This is the Reality Check Doctor, Dr. D. Yvonne Young in the studio today. You know, I was talking about sweetie pies and the brand, and I got my dude in the house with me, Mr. Bruce, the general manager of Sweetie Pies. What's up, dude?
What's going on, man?
Man, we've been waiting to get you in here because there's a lot I wanted to talk about. And I know in a short hour it's hard to cover it. Tell everybody your story, because Sweetie Pies is rich with history.
Yes, sir.
But the history is kind of like a quilt. The different pieces make Sweetie Pies what it is, right?
Exactly.
And you're a big piece to that quilt. So go ahead and tell us your history about how you met Tim and that whole thing.
Well,
Let's start with where you grew up.
Okay, I grew up in St. Louis.
Uh-huh.
So my history is that me and Tim, we met in a thing called boot camp. That we call it college. But it's called prison. So we started there, we met, and then once I came home from prison, he was already out. You know me, I'm not one of them type of person that go up on people and then ask them for different things. So we just built a relationship, built a rapport, and I started working for him, and then next thing you know, everything just started taking off.
So I think the big piece, one thing I want to do with this show is that there are a lot of people, man, that are hopeless.
Right.
You know, they feel like, man, you know what, I've been to State U. For all y'all that don't speak Ebonics, let me tell you that's for brothers. That means the State Pen, right?
Exactly.
And people that have been incarcerated and in the system, sometimes they get out feeling hopeless. They feel like, you know what, ain't nobody gonna hire me. Right. Especially if you went in there for something stupid. You're not forgiving yourself, so you feel like everybody else ain't gonna forgive you. Exactly. So when you went in, what was your story that led to you getting locked down?
My story was with my brother-in-law. Me and him, we on the thing that him as a person, I was away on another field of life. I used to do security work and this and that and other, and he was the bad seed. So he got himself into some trouble. I go call myself trying to help him out. Next thing I know, it turned all bad for me, him, and then the other individual.
So right now, there's some cat that's in the middle of turned bad. What was your version of turned bad? What happened, man?
My thing is turned bad would cost me 15 years of my life.
Wow.
So that what turned bad.
Yeah, that's real bad.
Yeah, because it was a whole lot of gunplay and this and that and other. So at the same token is that I'm blessed because I'm still here and everybody else is still here. Didn't nobody get hurt. But the same token is it cost me 15 years of my life. Wow.
So now you find yourself in this nightmarish situation because somebody tell you 15 years. It's like this. Most brothers have had the displeasure of being arrested.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I remember when that happened to me, and I had a Leon Spinks case over some weed.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
It was about 2 decades ago. I had a couple of joints of weed, and it's like the lawyer that was representing me ended up not practicing law anymore. Wow. And then one day I'm just sitting in the house, get a knock on the door, right. And I went back and forth 3 different times over 2 joints of weed, if you can imagine that, man.
Yeah,
so
crazy.
15 years?
Yep. Yeah, 15 years.
15 years gives you time to do a lot of stuff. Like one,
think.
And become institutionalized.
Exactly.
And become resentful of everybody, including yourself, right. And to give up hope. But you didn't. Exactly. So when you met Tim in there, what was Tim like? Because I'm going to have him on the show in a couple of weeks, but what was the relationship like when you cats finally met?
Man, me and Tim, man, it was all about handball. We played handball together. We did a couple of things together with music. You know what I mean? It was just doing our time. Just, 2 brothers just going along doing time, just making it happen. And this and that and other was making different things happen for other brothers. And hey, when you get out, man, look us up, this and that and other.
Wow.
Just staying positive. So once I came home, once he was here, he just started telling me about the different things, the second chances and stuff like that. I'm like, oh, man, that's wild. That's big. Let's do that. So we just started giving all the brothers in St. Louis a second chance that come home, that don't think that nobody else going to give you a job. Come to us. We give you one.
Wow. And this, I want you guys to hear this that are listening, because there's some brothers right now listening to this show that are locked down. There are millions of people that are listening to us right now. So I first want to say this to you. Don't allow your condition right now to define you. If God allowed you to be in the situation you're in right now, it's an incubator. Now, just like anybody else, what you do with that incubator
it's all up to you.
It's up to you.
Exactly.
But if you can see what this brother said, he said, you know what, not for 1 minute did I allow myself to become despondent, did I allow myself to become hopeless. And then I know this, anything that God's got you doing, you can't do that alone.
Exactly.
You need somebody else that ain't stuck on stupid, that is committed to not being incarcerated in the head, because it's one thing when they lock your body up, but see, when you can stop folks from incarcerating your hopes and dreams.
You can.
Is what you're saying.
You can.
So now you guys are in there and you form this relationship and you get out. I want to just go back to that first day.
Right.
The day that you walk out that
man, I never
joint.
forget that day.
What was that like,
March
man?
10th, 2010. I'll never forget that date. And the first day I walked out, I just kissed the ground.
For real?
I left there and went straight to Denny's. I want real breakfast. I'm telling you, that's how I went. That's how I went. I was my last place I wound up. I was in Jefferson City at Al Gore Correctional Center. That was the last place where I came home from. And I left there, got out, kissed the ground, and man, went straight to Denny's and drove back 2 hours to St. Louis. Then I drove another 2 hours to go pick my daughter up from school.
Wow.
I say one thing about it is when I came home, all my children, I'm getting them, and we gonna go somewhere.
I hope you are hearing this, America. This isn't just a man thing either. It's some sisters that are locked down and been through the same situation. And what I want everybody to hear in this is that just because you've been delayed, it does not mean that you've been denied. And we're going to be talking about this Sweetie Pie's conversation all day on the show today. When we come back, I've got to go ahead and do this, top of the hour and talk about all this crazy stuff that's happened in the country. But after we get done with that, right after we get done with that break, we're going to come back and Bruce is going to start giving you guys some advice and some information on things that you need to do in order to get yourself ready to start living the life that you deserve. Because let's face it, man, just because you made a mistake, just because you didn't just because you had a situation break the way that it broke, it doesn't mean that you have to remain stuck in that situation. Now, I'm going to go ahead and do this this little check on the world in this break real quick, but I want to give out this number. It's 832-230-5592. That's 832-230-5592. Later in the program, we're going to take some of your calls, but the first thing I want to talk to you guys about is current news. Dude, what is up with your boy Mystical? This fool.
Hey, listen, one thing I can say is that, man, when folks get money, they act a damn fool. Me, I'm getting money, I'm going to be myself. I ain't finna change. I'm not finna change, man. I don't know what's wrong with Mystical. Mystical done lost his mind. That's what happened.
Dude, listen to this. He turns himself in on Monday to the Caddo Parish Sheriff's Department after a warrant was put out last week in Shreveport. Now, here's what I first got to say. The dude already did 6 years, 6 or 10 years, one of the two, but he did some time for the same thing. And then he gets arrested on first degree rape. And then this is connected to something that happened in 2016. Now, here's what I got to ask you. What makes us do stupid
over again?
Okay.
See, when I was in, like I say, when I went in, man, it was like revolving doors. Well, you get out, dudes getting out, coming right back. So I'm saying to myself, man, what is it that you like about this place that you got to come back and visit the second and third time? Because I can't figure it out. I can't stand nothing up in this place. I can't stand the people. I can't stand the being locked in my cell. I can't stand the meals they feeding us. None of that. So my concept is that people don't get in their head to rationalize that your freedom is important. It's important.
And then when you look like us,
exactly.
And what I mean by that is Latino brothers, African Americans, even poor white dudes. Man, let me tell you something. Them folks got a spot for you with your name on it. You haven't even, the minute you born, they counting on you to help pick some vegetables, make some furniture. And you know all that furniture you see on TV that they going out of business? Guess where it's made?
It's in prison.
Yeah, it's in prison.
License plates, in prison.
And then listen to this fool, man. He's held on a $2 million bond.
And probably can't make it.
Yeah, and that what that means for a lot of agencies is where you can get out on 10%. In a lot of agencies, you may get out on 10. That's still $200K. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, more than likely, they're going to raise it more than that because they don't want you to be a flight risk. Now, check this out, bro. Your boy Tiger Woods. Right. He's dating this chick, Catherine McPhee. Okay. And all of a sudden, some, what's the word I want to say? Some nasty... I know there's somebody riding with their child in the car. Look, mama, daddy, I'm going to tell you right now, Dr. D ain't going to do you like that.
Exactly.
But let's just say some adult photos ended up hitting the internet. So my first lesson to you is if you're going to send somebody your stuff, at least send it to somebody that has just as much to lose as you.
As you do. And
if you're going to get a new phone, fool, delete all the content off your phone.
Exactly.
Don't go get so happy at AT&T, at Verizon, you just hand your phone in. But check it out. It says Attorney Michael Host, Tiger Woods' attorney, is threatening to sue the website if they do not remove them photos. Are they going to remove them photos?
No.
Hell no.
They're going to say it was free advertisement.
Thank you. Man, please. Phone. She said her phone was hacked, and Tiger sent her the pictures. Wait, Tiger? Oh, Bond's phone was out. Oh, Lordy. Tiger.
Don't be sending no pictures to nobody, mama, Tiger.
Come on, man. You right in the middle of the media. Everybody knows who you are. Now you done let the Tiger out your tank, and it's in some woman in some trailer park's phone while she talking about, come here, hon, I got a picture of Tiger.
That's how it go, man.
Now, what about this one, man? Our boy, comedian Dick Gregory, died at 84. This was a serious dude, man. He made himself very famous. It's from what I did some research. They said this dude was driving around when he was in the service, a base general.
Okay.
And he was so funny that he kept the general laughing that one night one of the guys didn't show up to do a comedy skit.
Right.
Now, remember, people, this is when black folks and white folks didn't drink the same water fountain, didn't sit in the same restaurants.
None of that.
None of that. So they bring Dick Gregory in, and he kills it. And from that point, he was the first African-American comedian to be, one, on national TV, two, to perform in front of black and white audiences in L.A., Vegas, and New York City. That's some heck of stuff to do, man.
Hey, everybody have their calling. So he just happened to be at the right place at the right time.
Isn't that funny? Because you know this. Your gift will make room for you, and that talent will bring you before great men no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing. Right. So that's kind of like what happened with you at Sweetie Pie. Were you always able to cook and manage, or did you do the managed thing before you started cooking?
See, man, I started doing the cooking before. That was one of my techniques I picked up when I was in boot camp. Was I took the culinary. Because everything, when you in there, it's like, what are you going to do? What's going to be around? What can be the easy jobs you're going to get when you get out? So my thing is either cut hair, that was what I was doing in there, or you going to cook something, or you going to fix something.
So that's why all my boys at the barbershop,
you already know,
got the game they got.
I already know.
See, y'all wasn't telling me that. Now, a couple of y'all, I kind of figured it out, and that's why I started making sure I locked my car twice when I went in the shop. but on the real, man, right. So that was just a gift that you had deep down inside from the jump.
From the jump.
So God had put that in you, and you didn't even know how you were going to use it.
Didn't even know it.
Man, that's deep. Now, what about this one? Your boy Trump, it says he's making the Secret Service go broke. It said Secret Service Director Randolph Tex Ailes told USA Today that the agency can no longer pay for hundreds, do you hear me, folks? Hundreds of agents protecting Trump's family. Now, get this, dog. If this doesn't put it in perspective, Obama was so concerned about what Michelle would wear.
Exactly.
Where she would go. Right. Not letting his family exploit whatever privileges they had. But check this out. It says Trump has reportedly made so many visits to his little resorts and golf properties that they have spent $60,000. Wow. Now, get this. I don't know how he's getting away with this, but this is him making money off the Secret Service. they are charging the Secret Service agents to use their golf carts, right?
Wow.
They racked up $60,000 in golf cart rentals.
Alone.
And then $3 million every time he visits Mar-a-Lago. And it says later that that they can't even understand how they're going to pay for overtime, and they're now looking into Trump's people having to reimburse for that money. But here's my deal. You're making a profit off people protecting you.
That's crazy. But, I mean, hey, these folks that voted for this man, so, hey.
You said you didn't vote for him?
Man, no, hell no.
Now I got 1 minute to tell this story. This is deep, man. Team USA long jumper Tiana Bartoletta medals at the IAAF World Championships. But here's what's up. The chick was homeless, man. It says that she was tired of fighting, being threatened and abused by her husband, and she even thought of suicide. This is a sister, says that the bronze medal is the most special medal she ever won in the Olymp, and then she won an Olympic gold medal for the long jump just 3 or 4 months ago. But she had to leave the crib because dude is going upside her head. Wow. She still won a bronze medal, and she says, she took a huge gamble to just stay there long as she did. But she said she knew if she didn't leave, this dude was gonna blow up her life.
Yeah. This is my advice to all the sisters. If he do it one time, he gonna do it again. You better get away from him.
Thank you.
That's the only I'm say about that.
Man, well, hey, this is the Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young. Me and my boy Bruce from that famous Oprah Winfrey Network program, Sweetie Pies.
In the building.
Oh, man. we got something that if you have been locked down, if your life has been compromised, when we come back, I really want you to tune in because Bruce is going to give you guys some pointers, not only how to survive tragedy and trauma, but how to get everything that God has for you. This is the Reality Check, Doctor, and we'll be right back. How much time?
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown here at KYND. Throughout my career, people always say, Les, I want to do what you do. I love to help people. I've got a story. Well, guess what? That's why I started the Les Brown Maximum Achievement Training Program. It will help you to gain the tools and knowledge to become a certified life coach, a public speaker, or a certified trainer. Learn the inside secrets on how to grow your brand and help others to become the best that they can be. Are you ready for a change in your life? Well, this is it. My friends here at KYND Radio will help you get started. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you ready to take action and change your future? Go to KYNDradio.com and click on the Les Brown banner.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. What are you doing for your skin? Especially you ladies. Well, I've got the perfect products for you. It's called Simply Yolanda. Just go to Yolanda Adams Live, click on the link for Simply Yolanda, and you can find our body oil, body wash, and our body souffle, which is our moisturizer. It's so good for you. It's supple, it's amazing, it cleanses, and it keeps your skin nourished. You wanna know how I know? I use it. Could you hear me?
This is the Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young, hanging out with my main man, Bruce, from the legendary Sweetie Pies. Look, I'm going to give this number out again, 832-230-5592, 832-230-5592. Now, here's what's up with this. And I want to send a shout out to my boy, Tim Norman, man. What's up,
sir.
T?
Yes, sir.
Hope you're checking us out. So here's where we are. A lot of you feel like, what the hell, man? My life is gone. I got this monkey on my back. I got this case on my back. What I'm going to do about it? How can I, am I screwed? No, right. You are not screwed. Sure not. If anything, God sets you up for you to prove that what's in you is greater than what's outside in this world.
Exactly.
Would you agree with that?
Yes, sir.
So I got my man Sidney. He just hit us on the phone, and I want you guys to call in because very seldom can you talk to a legend who's been where you are who's made it through what you made it through. And like you said that was 15 years?
15 years. I had my sentence was 15 years, but I did 10 years flat.
Wow. That's a whole decade, man. So anyway, Sydney, this is Dr. D. You're on, man. What's good with it?
All right. I just wanted to make a comment. Maybe you're not letting no one comment on what you said about Trump.
Uh-huh.
I was sitting down talking with a brother way back.
Mm-hmm.
I can remember when he said that he wasn't going to take he didn't need the money.
Mm-hmm.
He was going to put it in a blind trust.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I look at how much money he costing the people now. You hear where I'm coming from? I just want y'all to,
Mm-hmm.
look how much he costing now. They talking about they going broke, they can't afford. Well, here, the way that man talk, he needs security.
You know what, Sydney? You fool.
I'm just gonna tell it like it is.
Hey, man, you know what?
I just appreciate y'all, brothers, letting me talk.
No, man. You already know I got love for you, dude. I had to let you make that call. But for the rest of the show, folks, I want to keep this thing because there are a lot of people that need this help. Bruce is here. So I want to keep this subject now on keeping your head focused. And I agree with you, Sydney. That man is so full of stuff, full of what the bull left in the barnyard, but I'm not going to give him no more time today.
Exactly.
But back to this thing. We got another call on there right now. Let's go ahead and take this call. Dwayne, this is the Reality Check Doctor, Dr. D. What's going on, man?
How you doing, gentlemen?
Doing well.
What's going on, my brother?
Your question or comment for Bruce?
And my comment is, as long as you have faith and a penny in your pocket and you wake up this morning, the hard part is done.
Wow.
And I know that might sound very, very, very hard to accept, but when you think about it in the magnitude of God and faith,
right,
and what you were put here for, nobody was born here by mistake.
Right.
God put everyone here for a purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And life is a journey. It's a journey. And you have to look at it as a journey. In that journey, you're going to have mountains and valleys and highs and lows, And I want to say one thing also. There's a lot of young black men who go to the military like I do, like I did. I'm retired military. Yeah. And they come back injured, hurt, maimed. And in a way, it's like going to prison sometimes.
Yeah.
Because when you're in the military, you're controlled. You're in a controlled environment. They tell you what to eat. You wear a uniform. You follow orders. You have to work. You have to go to war. You have to do things for your country that is beyond what you would ever do.
Right.
When they come back, they get out of the military, they feel hopeless. There's a lot of hopeless veterans out here who are homeless, who don't have no hope because the country made promises to them when they got out, and they left them hanging.
Well, hang on. I wanted to keep this right there. No. I'm sorry for interrupting, but I want Bruce to speak to that and stay on the line. Keep him on the line. He said something significant. Hopeless.
Exactly.
One of the worst things that can happen is for someone, it's one thing when you feel depressed, another thing when you have anxiety, but when you hit hopeless, that means that, man, you really are at your wit's end. How did you handle hopeless, Bruce? Because I know in 10 years, I know damn well hopeless showed up sometime.
Man, what had me, to keep me together, man, was family. The family support is everything.
Mm-hmm.
Then just looking forward to doing something better. Okay, well, this time I sat down for 10 years. Okay, what am I going to do next? I'm not going to feel hopeless or feel sorry for myself because if I did put myself in a situation, I did that.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's time to move forward. So I'm not going to feel hopeless or feel like I can't because I'm always a person that's saying that I can.
Mm-hmm.
So when I get out, I made that happen. I can. Regardless if I started off working 2 jobs, whether it was at Wendy's or McDonald's, I didn't care which it was. I just wanted to go to work. Because at the same token, I'm not going to be a lazy brother or be a statistic of saying that I can't do it.
Man, that's the... Now, Carla, I want to ask you a question. You mentioned hopeless. So how did you overcome hopeless?
I overcome hopeless through my faith in God.
Right.
My faith in God and my purpose and looking within. You have to look within. And if you don't look within, because you're not going to find what you want on the outside, okay? You're just not. You have to look from within and realize your own power and what you were put here for.
Right.
And that you have purpose here. God created you for purpose. I don't care where you're from. or what you did, it's where you're going.
Exactly.
Wow.
You know, and you have to keep your eye on the prize. And I don't want to go backwards, but I'll say one thing about Mystical. I watched that whole thing. I read the whole thing. I saw the brother go in and all that, and he said, and the brother was terrified. Now, in this country, we're innocent until proven guilty. I don't know if the brother did it or not, you know, but he does have the right. He is innocent until proven guilty. I don't know the details. I was not there. So, you know, we were not there. So I will say this, you know, I hope he didn't do it, you know, for his sake, I hope he didn't do it. But, you know, my thing is, let the process go through.
Well, I'm going to say this, man. One thing I know is when you know better, you do better. But one thing, I appreciate this call because I want to open up the line. Thanks for calling in, man. Appreciate that. Some wise commentary, dude. Now, I want to give this number out again, 832-230-5592, 832-230-5592. I got my dude, Bruce, in from Sweetie Pies, and what we've been able to accomplish is just nothing short of a miracle with you and Tim and Miss Robbie, and that was to take Sweetie Pies, one, just a woman saying, I can't sing with Ike Turner, and I'm going to do what I do know, and that's cook. And that's turned into you, well, Tim and Miss Robbie creating the foundation for brothers like you to come in, and now you have changed, I know, literally hundreds of lives. People that wouldn't get a job, wouldn't get an opportunity to ever manage and have no keys to nothing. To nothing. So when that happens, what have you seen in one of your, where you saw somebody that everybody else would have thrown away, that you gave a chance to, that really turned out to be like this diamond in the rough?
See, my whole thing is like the purpose of the brothers to build the brothers up. I hate to see brothers down. That's one thing about them. I hate to see brothers down, think that they can't do better than what they're doing. So therefore, that's where we step in here and build these brothers up and show them, man, it's a better life. It's a better position that you could be in. All you got to do is just be dependable. If you be dependable, be trustworthy, you have our blessings. You know, we don't know you from a can of paint when you come to this door, but we're going to build you up to what we need you to be, and then we're going to turn you loose.
Hey, here's the hashtag for today. Hashtag dependable, hashtag trustworthy. Yep.
As long as you're trustworthy, man, that's one thing about us. Like I say, Tim, he trusted me a lot. I do a whole lot from the restaurant, you know what I mean, from getting everything from day-to-day operation. And we went from Memphis, from St. Louis to Memphis, for Memphis to come out here to Houston. I'm so glad we're here now, but before we supposed came here 2 years ago, you know, deal fell through. So we wound up going to California, and then from California back to Houston. So, man, we've been all around the world, man.
So now this has gone from a mom and pop restaurant to a multi-million-dollar operation.
Man, we trying to take it there.
Wow.
Trying to take it there.
That is crazy.
Yes, sir, man. All about fried chicken, so come down there and get us
fried chicken. No, I'm going to tell you, dude, the peach cobbler in that skillet. I don't know why I didn't ask you to bring me some, but, you know, I guess that's just the Lord trying to look out for me. Now, here's a big thing. What have you learned most about yourself since you've been part of Sweetie Pies?
One thing I learned about myself is, man, that being where I come from, that I'm here to help the situation, whether it's getting the people in to work or whatnot. But I look at myself, man, as an idol, you know what I mean, a role model that I never had before. So everything that somebody else done did, I said, I'm not going to do that. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't go out and party. I don't do none of those things anymore. I've done all those things when I was little. So I found myself to a place that now I'm a man. And the real men, they take care of their family. And that's why I'm here, man. I builds up men to take care of their family.
Man, if there was any advice that we could pass right now to, and I'm going to separate this out, to a young dude that's sitting around the house, firing up a blunt, got his boys with him, doing knucklehead stuff, what advice would you give him?
My advice to give him, man, when you finish that blunt, any problems, any type of frustration, any attitudes, when you finish that blunt, at the end of that blunt, it's still going to be there.
Wow.
So therefore, you got to get up, man, do something different. Because if you don't do something different, you're going to be stuck. And when you stuck, you ain't going to know nothing else.
Okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take a break. take down a number, 832-230-5592. I'm going to not ignore, I'm going to look at some of the comments on Facebook in a second, but I want you guys to call in, definitely get some advice from Bruce. Are you guys going to be hiring over at that Sweetie Pies?
Man, I'm hiring right now because we in our soft open hour, so we only open Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Me and Tim looking to expand that to 7 days a week, so we're going to need some employees, so y'all get over there.
And that's which location? Because you got California, right. you got Missouri. Which stores?
The Houston store, so it says 6356 Richmond. Come over and see us right in the Galleria area. Right in between, what's that?
That's, I think, 59. Okay.
Hillcroft and Bissonnette.
Okay.
So, yeah. I mean, not Bissonnette, Hillcroft and Fountain View.
Okay, Fountain View. Well, if you're in Houston and you want to be part of a legend and you feel that you haven't had the opportunities you deserve, you know, God works in mysterious ways. But if I come in and see you, I want my peach cobbler. You're listening to the Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young. We're going to take a break and we will be right back.
Hi, I'm Kira Junior Spates.
Hey, and I'm Tasha Evans, guys. We're so excited about our first annual Kira's Hope Foundation 5K Run Walk for sickle cell to be incredibly well. Don't be the one, whatever you do, don't be the one that misses us. September 16th, guys, 8 a.m. We'll be out at Sugarland, Oyster Creek Park. Just thousands of runners here.
Yes, it is. Join us and thousands of runners as we celebrate the lives of people who's suffering from sickle cell disease. Listen, go to KiersHope.org and register today. We're going to see you on the 16th.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. I just want to invite you to listen to the Yolanda Adams Morning Show with myself, Yolanda, and Marcus D. Wiley, Monday through Friday, right here on KYND from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Hey, listen, we have a lot of fun, and we don't want you to miss it. So tune in, KYND.
Yeah, Yolanda Adams Morning Show.
Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown here at KYND. You know, throughout my career, people always say, Les, I want to do what you do. I love to help people. I've got a story. Well, guess what? That's why I started the Les Brown Maximum Achievement Training Program. It will help you to gain the tools and knowledge to become a certified life coach, a public speaker, or a certified trainer. Learn the inside secrets on how to grow your brand and help others to become the best that they can be. Are you ready for a change in your life? Well, this is it. My friends here at KYND Radio will help you get started. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Long enough. It's your time to call. 1-833-588-5963. That's right. Call 1-833-588-KYND.
This is the Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and you're right here with me and my main man, Bruce, from the legendary Sweetie Pies.
This is what it is.
And I've been given some information. Miss Oprah Winfrey is probably peeking at this. So,
hey, baby.
Hey, how you doing? You got to come eat this peach cobbler with me, girl, because I need somebody to discipline me. And you check me, I check you. We got each other's back, right, exactly. Miss O? And Miss Robbie and Tim, thank you so much for, consenting to these interviews. And I look forward, Tim, to seeing you in the studio with my fish. Now,
get on down here, boy.
I got to ask you something.
Yes,
I'm going to ask you a stupid question and a serious question.
Right.
Why do some people like hot catfish? I ordered the fish.
Right.
And the fish is off the chain, right?
Thank you.
Why in the hell do some people eat hot catfish with smoke coming off of it? But I'm not talking about with teeth, without teeth. How many times have you seen that in there? Somebody with some teeth. And drinking water and the fish
melting all in their mouth. Just listen. Just let it cool down. Let your food cool down. No food need to burn your mouth. That's why I be trying to tell people, hey, this ain't hot enough. What you want to do, scorch your tongue? It's okay. It's hot.
Dude, there was a dude in there when I was having dinner.
Right.
And I was just, I didn't know whether to laugh at this man, tell him, don't you smoke no more of that mess and come up in here and eat, because, man, the munchies ain't your friend.
Exactly.
Okay, now back to the serious thing.
Right.
Some more advice from Bruce. Bruce, for the brother that is now walking out.
Right.
I'm talking about you got to go see a PO.
Yep.
Or maybe not.
First day or the second day, unless you're 12-12.
What is 12-12?
12-12 is when you are done. You are completely done with your time, your sentence. It's over with. You walk out as nothing. A free man. You don't have to report to nobody or any of that.
Okay. So I need advice for all the sisters and brothers that are listening right now. What do? You said you got out. You went to Denny's. Don't you go to Denny's yet. You listen to what this man's going to tell you. And then you went and picked up your kids and spent time with them. Right. But after all of that's done, what do you do to get your life back?
The first thing you do, you got to make a step. So before you get out, put all the magazines down, them cars down, the weights down. It's time to put that stuff down. You have to sit down and actually look in and get a newspaper. Start looking for job ads. You can fill out job applications from prison. Mm-hmm. And people don't think that. You can fill out job applications from prison. You can apply for these jobs because they have phone cards. You can call, you can apply, you can say, hey, this and that and other. You can get you a resume together. Because most of the time, folks going to want them resumes. So when you get out and then present yourself, don't go out here and then getting out of the car with your cousin JoJo. He just got to smoking a whole bunch of this and that and other, and you walking in a job interview because I'm going to look at you like you're crazy.
Yeah.
It ain't going to happen. I believe in giving you second chances, but common sense goes a long way. So that's the thing is that all the brothers is getting out. You guys, you have to steer in another direction that you ain't never been before. Stay away from your old crowd. Stay away from your old crew, your old neighborhood. Because when you do old things, old habits going to come.
Yeah, and that's the same thing that led to you getting in that situation.
And now I guarantee you, not one of them sent you anything or came and visited you while you was in there.
Word.
I'm telling you, all my so-called friends and so-called partners, when I went to prison for 10 years, I ain't get a letter, a card, a money slip, nothing. So therefore, I know the consequences behind that. So you got to stay focused. You got to stay forward because when you get out, you got yourself, you got God, and you got your family. That's it.
Now, here's my next point of contention. I would like for you to tell, typically I don't get off into bragging about what you're doing and how you got it going on, but I want to give somebody an example of what Sweetie Pie stands for, and that's family. Exactly. Good family, good food, and prospering. That there's an anointing on Sweetie Pies to prosper, and Oprah's a big piece of that. And
sure is.
But Oprah would have never noticed you guys if you weren't positioning yourself to be noticed, right?
Exactly.
So now tell me some of the wonderful things that are part of your day-to-day life that you never dreamed you would have had.
Before Sweetie Pies, man, I had different things, different jobs, and this and another. Working with Sweetie Pies has cost me so much greatness because I was from the south side of St. Louis. I done moved from St. Louis to California. Mm-hmm. California, who would not want to go stay in California? Mm-hmm. I had the opportunity. Sweetie Pies did that. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm down here in Houston, coming from California to Houston. Matter of fact, I'm looking for a house right now, so anybody know something, hey, let me up. But these are the blessings that come with being the person that I am and being the general manager, being the person, Tim right-hand man, that he can solely trust on me and depend on me and call on me for anything. And I'm there. And so with the gifts between that and whatever comes with that, we just go rock along with it. And it's just a blessing.
And what I want to say to you, America, is this, because this is that time where I just titled this show, If God Be For You, Then. I know right now that some of you are feeling like, you know what, Doc, I hear all that, I'm proud to see Bruce blow up, but that ain't even my situation. As a matter of fact, I've been trying to get a job. Ain't nobody calling me back.
Come and see me.
Come and see me. You hear that? There's a blessing for you right there. The other thing is that you're sitting there just almost hopeless because both these brothers, the caller and Bruce was talking about being hopeless. I want you to look, and as I look you in the face right now, I want you to understand some things. And my attorney just walked in. Jaylena testified to this. when I wrote a book that ended up being the Associated Press called me about this book, that ain't how it started.
Right.
I had a book signing, Bruce, at a place, a little barbecue place.
Wow.
And I swear to God, it may have been 10, no more than 25 people came through there, man. And it's hard to say this without acting like a little girl and wanting to cry, but Jaylene came in there, and she sat with me for a whole, I swear it's hard to say this and without the tears coming, and she sat with me for an hour and a half.
Wow.
And she made me feel like I was, because I knew who she was, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I'm like, this woman represents Steve Harvey and all these big name folks, and she's sitting here with me, right? And she has never abandoned me. I mean, never. When I had issues with radio stations, not this one, whatever, she put foot up their butt. I mean, people try to do little crap. You know, when you start getting a little name, you get your haters.
You already know.
They
That's why we
hated
got
on
St. Louis.
Yeah, they hated on me with the wrong damn person, right? And so what I'm getting at is this: you are not alone. If you're looking at this right now, if you're listening to this right now, if you're sitting at the bus stop, you're sitting in your car, you're sitting in front of a computer, homeless at the library, and you just found this something to tune into, that is confirmation. You said, God, give me a sign. Show me you have not abandoned me. Show me that you hear me. Look at me. Look at me. Before there was any rings or jewelry or shows with my name on it, I was sitting down saying, God, one day I'm going to be what you created me to be. No devil in hell is going to block me. Nothing is going to stop me. I'm not going to quit. I'm not going to give up. And all I had was hope. And then I thought at that point everything's good. But let me tell you what happens. My mother dies, and then I lose everything. I didn't think it could get worse. Bro, it got worse. But I'm going to tell you something. Had I not been up, and y'all will know when I say that blue box of candles, it comes with 5 of them, you know what didn't happen.
Exactly.
Your power's off.
Yep.
I sat down in the middle of an eviction reading the Bible at 2 a.m. So when you guys read that, a message from God to you, it didn't start when I was in this house. It started that back then when I had them lights out, getting evicted candles, right? And God started showing me, I'm going to make your name great. I'm going to bring you before great men. I'm going to open doors for you. What I've deposited in you, just like in you. Exactly. When you were locked down, you could already cook, but what'd you say, D, man, I got my culinary certificate while I was locked up.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? If you look at Bruce and I, that is your confirmation. God is not done with you yet. And me and this dude are everyday people. You guys, you hear me talking about how fine Jaylene is and how pretty she is. Here's what you don't know. You weren't there when this woman was going to law school and taking care of her children and dealing with 2 babies and a husband and Dudley, my little brother. No, that's the dog. And having to keep her head up while people hated on her, while they were jealous of her, where she started a foundation and it looks this big and it ain't nobody but 2 people making everything happen. Guess who did all the work? Jaylene. Guess who had to raise the money? Jaylene. Guess who had to give up having what she wanted to invest in herself? Jaylene. So I'm here to tell you, as long as you don't quit on you, as long as you pour into yourself, I'm here to tell you without any doubt, God won't quit on you.
That's right. All day, every day.
So, Bruce, get the last word on this, man.
Believe in yourself, know your worth. Because if you think you can do better, you can do better. If you think you can't do better, you ain't going to do better. So believe in yourself and just let God do his magic.
And apply at all the Sweetie Pie stores around the country.
Exactly. We got some in St. Louis. We got some in California at 170 North La Brea. They need help. And then also 6356 Richmond, Houston, Texas. We need help.
Man.
Come and see us.
If that ain't enough for you, I don't know what is. Anyway, when we come back, I'm going to have Chef Chanda Clark in here. She is the executive chef for Sweetie Pies, and boy, does she have a story to tell. In the meantime, write down the number, 832-230-5592. This is Dr. D. Yvonne Young, the reality check doctor. And Bruce, I love you and I appreciate you, family.
Too, yes, sir. Anytime.
All right. We'll be right back after this.
Yolanda. What are you doing for your skin? Especially you, ladies. Well, I've got the perfect products for you. It's called Simply Yolanda. Just go to Yolanda Adams Live, click on the link for Simply Yolanda, and you can find our body oil, body wash, and our body souffle, which is our moisturizer. It's so good for you. It's supple, it's amazing, it cleanses, and it keeps your skin nourished. You wanna know how I know? I use it. Could you hear me? I use it. Yes, I use it. Simply Yolanda at YolandaAdamsLive.com.
The power is here. KYND brings you star power. Yolanda Adams.
Can I tell you how excited we are about being the KYND?
Les Brown.
On KYND, you have something special. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Rushion McDonald.
Show some love. Show some love. We're trying to make it sound big up in this joint.
Access the power at KYNDradio.com.
Hi, I'm Kira Junior Spates.
Hey, and I'm Tasha Evans, guys. We're so excited about our first annual Kiers Hope Foundation 5K Run Walk for sickle cell to be incredibly well. Don't be the one, whatever you do, don't be the one that misses us. September 16th, guys, 8 a.m. We'll be out at Sugarland, Oyster Creek Park. Just thousands of runners here.
Yes, it is. Join us and thousands of runners as we celebrate the lives of people who's suffering from sickle cell disease. Listen, go to KiersHope.org and register today. We're going to see you on the 16th.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. I just want to invite you to listen to the Yolanda Adams Morning Show with myself, Yolanda, and Marcus D. Wiley, Monday through Friday, right here on KYND from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Hey, listen, we have a lot of fun, and we don't want you to miss it. So tune in, KYND.
Yeah, Yolanda Adams Morning Show.
Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown here at KYND. You know, throughout my career, people always say, Les, I want to do what you do. I love to help people. I've got a story. Well, guess what? That's why I started the Les Brown Maximum Achievement Training Program. It will help you to gain the tools and knowledge to become a certified life coach, a public speaker, or a certified trainer. Learn the inside secrets on how to grow your brand and help others to become the best that they can be. Are you ready for a change in your life? Well, this is it. My friends here at KYND Radio will help you get started. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you ready to take action and change your future? Go to KYNDradio.com and click on the Les Brown banner.
Most incredible talk that inspires change.
This is the Reality Check Doctor. While you listen to that filler music, you know, I felt like while I was listening to that, I was actually trying to look for something so I could give you guys some information I really wanted you to have. But this is funny. I was listening to that. I felt like I was in an elevator by myself, And you know how you just hope when you get in an elevator, nobody had farted in it before you, never mind. Okay, anyway, today's show is all about if God be for you, then what? You know, I had having my boy Bruce on the show, I hope it did what it was intended to do, which is to give you hope. You know, the Sweetie Pies brand, and this isn't a commercial for Sweetie Pies. If anything, this is the recognition of doing things in the spirit of excellence and putting people first. Miss Robbie Montgomery and Tim are, in my opinion, the epitome of people that are just everyday folk, but they had that little something about them. And what that means is they just like you. People look at you and some of them take you for granted, but they don't know what's inside you. They don't have a clue who and what you were created to be and who you are. And that's what I don't want you to, because if you ever forget who you are, how the heck is somebody else going to remember who you are? If you give up on where you've been and where you're going, how you going to get there? So my next guest is she's en route to the studio now, and as you guys could know, rush hour traffic, but Chanda Clark is a phenomenal person. She is the head chef for the Sweetie Pies. I don't know how to describe this because they got so many tentacles in places now, because Miss Robbie is the head chef. She started this thing, but, Chef was given the challenge of how do I take Miss Robbie's food vision and how do I put that in all these different restaurants while fashioning things that are somewhat new, but maintaining the tradition of what made Sweetie Pie successful. The other thing is walking into an environment and working with people who are broken, who are hurting, who have never had an opportunity to be trusted, to be celebrated, to have responsibility, to be put in a position to be part of something that America is watching unfold as it evolves and as it grows. And how do you do that? Well, we're going to talk to her about all of that and then some when she gets in the studio. In the meantime, what I want to go over is we're going to talk about a viewer email a little bit later in the show. And this email, you definitely, if you want to comment on this, I'm going to take a couple of calls, 832-230-5592. That's 832-230-5592. And I want you guys to listen to this because this lady wrote from Atlanta, Georgia, about a situation that is probably going to hit you close to home. If your husband or wife has ever cheated on you, if you're cheating on your husband or wife, or not even that, a significant other, someone you're cohabitating with, what happens when another person falls in love with the person that you have a label on, the person you took vows with, the person you pay bills with? What do you do with that? And if you're the person that's in love and now you got everything happening from a physical attraction that you can't really control because you're in proximity and you're behind closed doors, all the way down to the long loneliness and the heartache that comes with you not having the love you're watching someone else take for granted. And in many cases, a lot of people have these relationships going on while they are being mistreated by the other person. So now there's another dynamic of where someone is cheating, in effect, on a person that you would never cheat on and that you see their value. So there's a lot going on with today's Ask Dr. D reality check question about life, love, and relationships. And all I can tell you is that it is an interesting, how did them country folks say? That's an interesting row to hoe. And I didn't call nobody I said row to, garden to, never mind. Anyway, with that, I'm going to take a quick break. You're listening to The Reality Check Doctor. This is Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and we will be right back.
Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les Brown here at KYND. You know, throughout my career, people always say, Les, I want to do what you do. I love to help people. I've got a story. Well, guess what? That's why I started the Les Brown Maximum Achievement Training Program. It will help you to gain the tools and knowledge to become a certified life coach, a public speaker, or a certified trainer. Learn the inside secrets on how to grow your brand and help others to become the best that they can be. Are you ready for a change in your life? Well, this is it. My friends here at KYND Radio will help you get started. You have something special. You've got greatness in you. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Are you ready to take action and change your future? Go to KYNDradio.com and click on the Les Brown banner.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. What are you doing for your skin? Especially you ladies. Well, I've got the perfect products for you. It's called Simply Yolanda. Just go to Yolanda Adams Live, click on the link for Simply Yolanda, and you can find our body oil, body wash, and our body souffle, which is our moisturizer. It's so good for you. It's supple, it's amazing, it cleanses, and it keeps your skin nourished. You wanna know how I know? Did you hear me? I use it. Yes, I use it. Simply Yolanda at YolandaAdamsLive.com.
Hi, I'm Kira Junior Spates.
Hey, and I'm Tasha Evans, guys. We're so excited about our first annual Cures Hope Foundation 5K Run Walk for sickle cell to be incredibly well. Don't be the one, whatever you do, don't be the one that misses.
Hi, this is Rashawn McDonald, and we're talking about the 5K run/walk for sickle cell, September 16th.
Yes.
Where is it going to be at?
It's going to be Oyster Creek Park in Sugarland. And this is a call out, Rashawn, to
Okay, for what?
volunteers. We need volunteers because it will be there. Thousands of individuals will be out there with us.
Join us and thousands of runners as we celebrate the lives of people who suffering from sickle cell disease. Listen, go to cureshope.org and register today. We're going to see you on the 16th.
I'm being funny. I'm
Call
being
out
funny.
for
See, that's how you get people.
as well as
somebody got to
volunteers.
bring food and somebody got to deliver
Between
information.
him and Junior from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, guys, listen.
I'm the food
whatever you
part
do,
of the commercial.
Don't miss it. Okay, we have a post-race party. Rashawn will be there. Junior will be there, and more, along with thousands of individuals. So if you're a volunteer or a vendor, we need you there. September 16th, Oyster Creek Park in Sugarland. They can register as early as today, Rashawn. KYNDradio.com.
This is Dr. D. Yvonne Young, the reality check doctor. Now, I want to send a shout out to a lot of you guys that are listening. I know I've been slipping on this. I want to say hi to Tanya Wellmaker. What's up? Donnell Knox. That's my little nephew. What's up, son? And then, let's see, some of the comments. Robert Clark. The best of luck to Sweetie Pies. They're a class act, but quality always sells itself. Mr. Clark, I would be so inclined to agree with you. Cheryl Lawrence, what's going on, sister? Thank you for tuning in. And I definitely want to say hello to Lydia Lee and Tiffany Joseph. Thank you guys for supporting the program. We've got so many fine listeners. If I don't mention your name, please charge it to my head, not my heart. Greta Henderson. Keep up the great work, Bruce. That's right. Bruce is a phenomenal guy. I really love this dude. And you know what's so cool? When you see somebody that's become a celebrity literally overnight and it hadn't gone to their head. This brother is so down to earth, it's ridiculous. Now, while we're waiting on Chanda Clark to get it, I'm going to give out my number, 832-230-5592. That's 832-230-5592. And typically, my guest or one of my female co-hosts will be reading this letter. So if you will indulge me, I'm going to read it myself. This is a fan from Georgia. Dear Dr. D, I just want to say, oh, Lord, before I start reading this letter, it's deep. Dear Dr. D, I have been in love with my boss since I started working there. You know this is getting deep. He's married, but unhappy in the marriage. I've tried my best to stay away from personal stuff, but it has been increasingly difficult to do so. Essentially, I am the other woman. But what do I do now? I want to help him. Do I encourage him to divorce? Or will it be to my benefit? I do not want to be seen as the bad person. Over the years, I couldn't block my feelings. Wow. You know, when I read something like that, I can just say that it gets real easy for people to judge her. But let's face it, how many times have you found yourself in a situation where you wanted what somebody else had? And that starts all the way to daycare center. You see kids that won't play with a toy until they see another child pick up that toy. I believe that that's a huge mistake. I think that what happened here is several things going wrong at the same time. One, this boss, I don't know the guy, so I don't want to judge him, because I don't know his situation, but he could have either been in a bad marriage or he could be just using his power. And the fact that he has people who really wanted to help him and he's using them the wrong way for the wrong reasons. The other thing is this woman that got into this affair, she definitely didn't understand boundaries. She didn't understand that, you know, I can't covet somebody else's husband. I can't I can't give up this job because now this is how I pay my house note. This is how I pay the tuition for my child in school. This is how I take care of making sure I got food to eat and clothes on my back. So the first lesson in this is this. Don't get your honey where you get your money. That's never been a good strategy. Anytime that you decide that you want to sleep with other people or sleep with somebody's husband or covet somebody's spouse, that is never, ever a good idea, because even if the relationship is damaged, even if they are having problems, you are not solving the problem by saying, hey, come over here and let me comfort you. I mean, one of my favorite shows on TV is a show called Ghost, right, on the Showtime. And even with that money and with that level of game, all you're doing is making bad worse. So the first thing is, if this is you and if you are in a relationship with a married person or somebody that's engaged, you might want to just kind of look at that and say, all right, let me really examine what's going on here. Now, there's a lot of nuanceical stuff that goes with that blanket suggestion. First thing is that person that you're dealing with really being honest with you about their condition? What I mean by that is when men make up their mind to have something or to leave something alone, they make up their mind and they take it or they leave it. That's 90% of the time. But there are people, and if you look at personality type, it's the perceiving personality type. They do not know how to let a relationship go because they keep thinking, well, it'll change. Well, maybe it'll get better. Well, maybe I'll find something else out there. And what ends up happening, they have one foot in and one foot out, and everybody that's connected to that individual is in a hot mess. So if that's you, you have to realize that the longer that you hurt other people, the longer you hang on to dysfunctional situations, the longer that you continue to marginalize your own life, you're doing the same thing to other people. Now, let's stop and look at this from the other side of the table. Let's say, for instance, you're looking at a good man or a good woman be dogged out by somebody that just really could care less, that does not have their interest at heart, that they're just, they don't want to divorce them because they don't want to give up their lifestyle, or they're so, and with the case of men, they're so territorial and so selfish that they don't want the other person to go on and have a decent life. That's when I would suggest that you may be supportive, but how you're supportive. Here's the first way. Y'all know I am not real religious. I'm very prayerful. I'm very spiritual. I meditate. And I do believe in God. Pray for the person. Ask that God reveal to them what they need to see. Not about you, that you're going to be a better option, because God ain't going to even answer that prayer. But that God shows them you don't have to be abused. You don't have to be taken advantage of. You don't have to buy love. You don't have to keep selling yourself down the road like a $3 garden tool or like somebody's used leftover meal in order for you to be happy. Because if you ask God to show them that, he'll do a much better job of it than you. Now, here's the next thing. You can be supportive. You can be loving and you can be encouraging and say, do you know that you deserve better than this? Do you know that you have value? Do you know that you actually have something to offer, not just me or other people, but yourself? And as long as you keep being abused, mistreated, and taken for granted, you'll never find the happiness that you deserve. Now, I just addressed a very complicated situation. If you or somebody that's going through this, you can reach out, and in my practice, I help people get the courage to either leave or correct their behavior. So you can definitely go to drdivonyoung.org or call my office at 877-508-2025. That's 877-508-2025, and stop screwing up your life. And those of you that have children, let me tell you something. Staying in a dysfunctional, go nowhere, abusive relationship for a child is one of the most asinine, stupid decisions you will ever make in your life. What you're doing is you're teaching your child mediocrity. You're teaching them to hang on to the best of the worst and the worst of the best. You're teaching them to be a parasite because you don't have the guts to get out and go get a job, go get your own certification, get your own degree, and make your own money, and stop staying with this parasitical, selfish, narcissistic man or woman that you're with. Or you are so scared of change that you would rather hang on to a familiar hell than trust God to bring you to an unseen heaven. But whatever the case may be, you cannot stay stuck on stupid, because now that you've heard this, now that you know better, people, please, let's do better. And to my homegirl in Georgia, baby girl, all I can say is step back and take a good look at what you're dealing with. Listen to this message over and over again, and you'll make the right decision, because now that you know better, I know you can do better. Anyway, this is the Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young on the Synergy Broadcasting Network. I'll be right back.
I just wanted to come here and share exactly what I've been experiencing, who I have met, the tools and strategies I have learned that have allowed me to build a better me. It is time for us to not have any more limits on our life.
Hi, this is Nicole R. Coleman, host of the new show, Super Bold Live. Each week, I will feature real people just like you that have stepped out on faith, overcome fear, and made bold moves that transform their lives. We are creating a community of game changers. Listen in each week and let's help you unleash the power within. Bold talk, bold impact, bold transformation. Be sure to connect with me at www.livesuperbold.com.
Super Bowl Live with Nicole R. Coleman, Tuesdays, 7 to 8 p.m. on 1520 KYND.
Hi, I'm Morris Parsons, and
I'm Tracy L. James. And I'm Alexis Moore.
And we're here at KYND Radio, and we're inviting you to connect to the power. KYNDradio.com. It's your place to be. You're not here yet?
Knowledge is king. 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 Knowledge is king.
You have something special. You have greatness in you. Hello, my name is Les.
On sweat, not on sweat. KYND. Your voice matters. We're listening.
Right now.
Hey, this is the reality check doctor, Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and I have Chanda Clark, the head chef for Sweetie Pies, in studio with me, even though she didn't bring my pie, but I guess I guess like that. You look so different outside of chef's garb. Every time I see you, you look like you're about to be on Con Nest or some magazine. Now you look like you're finna start modeling. How you liking Houston?
Well, I love Houston. The heat is a little
Yeah,
crazy.
it ain't California.
No, it's not.
No, Houston is HOT hot.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I want to jump straight into this. Being the head chef at Sweetie Pies really puts you in a unique position. So before I even talk about that, tell me about your history, where you're from, what kind of life you had. Give us the 2-minute version.
Okay. I'm from Southern California, raised in Pasadena, California. My roots lies in Louisiana, New Orleans. And my grandmother and her sisters all cooked in the French Quarter. So,
how the hell did you end up in California?
Everyone decided to move out to Cali, so I was born in Cali.
That's crazy. Wow. So a lot of no wonder you can cook that soul food so good. It's just in you.
It is.
Yeah. Okay. So what did you do? Go to culinary school, or how did you end up being a chef and a head chef at that?
Actually, I've been cooking since I was 12 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm using my grandma's recipes and all that stuff. And I never thought cooking on a professional level until I was working for the Department of Defense, my first career. And then they cut our contract, and they were like, okay, do you want to move to Virginia or transfer to San Diego? I said no, because I had purchased a home. I said I didn't want to sell my home or commute to that, San Diego, that 2-hour commute. So I decided to start cooking. I've always cooked dinner parties. I cooked all of our Christmas holidays, Thanksgiving, all that stuff. So everyone used to tell me, my food is really good. And I'm like, oh, shut up, it's not. So one day I was at a crossroads. So I was tired of what I was doing. I love what I did, weapon systems, stuff like that, dealing with the Navy and all that stuff, contracting and all that stuff. That was fun, but I was bored. So I felt that I needed to be doing something more constructive, with my hands and stuff. So I started baking cheesecakes out of my home.
Wow.
And I started selling them, and I realized I paid my house note and a car note in 1 month baking cheesecakes.
Wow.
Yes.
Those were some good cheesecakes.
Yes.
You know what I'm loving about this story is that there's this constant theme that I'm finding in every show. I don't care if I'm talking to Rashawn McDonald, I'm talking to you, talking to Ricky Anderson. Yeah, it's this same common theme of God was kind of like opening doors for me, and the theme for this show was if God be for you, then right. And it shows that even in your pedigree, these people had this little cute girl standing around watching them cook, and they didn't have a clue that you would end up being on the Oprah Winfrey Network and the head chef for Sweetie Pies.
Right.
I mean, it's just amazing to me that how something can be deposited in you and you don't even, like you said, you were at the Defense Department and hey, now you're on the Oprah Winfrey Network wearing sheriff's garb. Now I want to ask you this. How did you meet Tim? How did you end up getting a job?
It was kind of strange because I did another previous reality show called VH1's Famous Food that aired in 2007. And so my management approached me and he said that he had a client that was looking for a chef. And so I just watched the episode where Tim came to California and opened up the NoHo location. And just before he purchased the NoHo location, I was screaming at the TV, no, don't do it, that location. So I'm screaming at the TV. And then the next day, my manager called me. He was like, I want you to meet someone. So he didn't tell me who it was. So he scheduled this meeting, and all of a sudden I walked in and I see Tim, and I was floored. I'm like, oh my God, I couldn't believe it. I was like, okay.
So that is, that's so provincial because most of what we envision for our lives, there's always this connection that is just, there's that phrase, 6 degrees of separation in knowing people, that even in a city like Houston, once you reach a certain point and where you're being called, people that you really want to meet and know, they just show up on the horizon. I never auditioned to be on Fatal Attraction. I never auditioned to be on Justice by Any Means or Snapped. They came to me. So when I hear people talk about audition, I don't even know what that is, right? And I'm listening to you say, well, you're sitting at home, you're watching TV, you did this little show with VH1, you were never an actress, you never tried to do a casting call, and your gift, listen to me, people, because this is big. Your gift just made room for you. So now, here comes this family legacy, Miss Robbie and Tim. This woman has done something for America, and I'm going to say this in 2 minutes, and we're going to come back and talk about it, but Miss Robbie has done something for America that I find phenomenal. She's got people having Sunday dinner together on Tuesday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, and what have you. Because all of the things that are part of that menu is constituent to African-American heritage in America. And I want to talk about that. But when you came back, you were thrust into having to continue serving something that was a legacy that's part of now American history.
Right.
And when we come back, I want to talk about the burden of having to reproduce Sunday dinner for everybody you ever meet. Anyway, you're listening to The Reality Check Doctor, and I want you to come back. I have Chef Chanda Clark in my studio, the head chef of Sweetie Pies. That's right, Sweetie Pies that you see on the Oprah Winfrey Network. We'll be right back.
Kira Junior Spates.
Hey, and I'm Tasha Evans, guys. We're so excited about our first annual Kira's Hope Foundation 5K Run Walk for sickle cell to be incredibly well. Don't be the one, whatever you do, don't be the one that misses.
Hi, this is Rashawn McDonald, and we're talking about the 5K Run/Walk for sickle cell, September 16th.
Yes.
Where is it going to be at?
It's going to be Oyster Creek Park in Sugarland. And this is a call out, Rashawn, to
okay, for what?
Volunteers. We need volunteers because it will be there. Thousands of individuals will be out there with us.
Join us and thousands of runners as we celebrate the lives of people who are suffering from sickle cell disease. Listen, go to careshope.org and register today. We're going to see you on the 16th.
I'm being funny.
Call out for
see, that's how you get people.
As well as
somebody got food and somebody got to deliver information.
Him and Junior from the Steve Harvey Morning Show, guys, listen.
I'm the food
whatever you
part
do,
of the commercial.
Don't miss it. Okay, we have a post-race party. Rashawn will be there. Junior will be there, and more, along with thousands of individuals. So if you're a volunteer or a vendor, we need you there. September 16th, Oyster Creek Park in Sugarland. They can register as early as today, Rashawn. KYNDradio.com.
I just wanted to come here and share exactly what I've been experiencing, who I have met, the tools and strategies.
KYND. Here we go. We're here because you've got something to say.
This is the Reality Check Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and I have a model in here that's a chef. Chanda Clark, girl, you walked in here, just set this on fire. If you're just now joining us, she is the head chef for Sweetie Pies. That's right, the real deal, the Sweetie Pies out of St. Louis, now California, now out of God knows how many places. I got to ask you a question. Now, I remember I was doing this thing called a Great Love Debate, and I remember I couldn't wait to get to, what is the Soho? How do you say it?
NoHo.
NoHo.
Mm-hmm.
I could really make a joke out of that, but some of y'all got your kids in the car, so I just ain't going to say, especially after that fan letter I just did. But I get there. So I drive past it, and I'm like, okay, where's the rest of the restaurant? I mean, it is literally a nostalgic 1950s burger, what do you call it, shake stand like restaurant. And there's this line. The way I spotted it is there was a line all the way to the corner, right?
Yes.
So I try to pull a plate of celebrity cards. So I call and talk to your girl Chloe, and I say, look, this is Dr. D from TV One's Fatal Attraction. Can you give me a table? Because I'm in a hurry. She said, oh, yeah, I get you a table. Come on. You didn't tell me only midgets could sit inside. I tried to sit down, couldn't sit down. Then I go to the patio. It's packed.
Right.
And I'm talking about the food is good. How in the hell do you cook in that little bitty kitchen?
Well, challenging. It's very challenging, but, we're very creative in what we do. And we just have to kind of start.
You say it's 20 people.
Maybe. You have your servers, your cashiers, your cooks, and then on the other side, you didn't get a chance to see that, we have a fry station.
Oh, God.
So that's where we're baking cobblers, we're frying chicken.
You doing all that?
All that.
I know the food was, I ain't lying, that food was off the chain. So here's my question for you. Now you meet Tim, you get a chance to do another national TV show. What was it like knowing that you had to, on a consistent basis, maintain the continuity of Miss Robbie's food and with a menu with that much variation on it? What's that like?
It's challenging because coming in as a new person, and then you have people that's been there before me.
Mm-hmm.
And
yeah, I saw those episodes.
Right.
Now I want to ask you this because I really want to help this audience. Let's just say someone gets the blessing God gave you. You know you have a gift. God made room for you. Somebody spots the gift. And now you find yourself in the middle of these people who have been doing the right thing wrong for a long time, that are envious because favor ain't fair, people. So I'm going to tell you now, when God uses you, expect to get some haters right off the bat, especially in a new environment. So you walk into this, you got haters, you got people that are broken, that are dealing with their own interpersonal issues. You got people that have never been given opportunity that Tim just gave them. How did you not go crazy and manage all of that? And manage it as well as you did?
It just takes a certain kind of discipline.
What kind?
Just knowing that if you have your whole program lined up, ready to go,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're willing to teach people, and
Mm-hmm.
people are, I'm going to say, willing to learn back, it
Mm-hmm.
makes it more easier. So I think that's what kind of broke the barriers,
Mm-hmm.
is that I came in there and I said, hey, I don't know everything, but you guys are going to teach me. And you guys don't know everything, but I'm going to teach you.
So basically what you're saying is when you get thrust into a situation, don't come in there like you the popcorn and the butter. Humble yourself.
Exactly. That's the wrong
Okay.
thing to do with Sweetie
Okay.
Pies. No, you
Hashtag humble yourself.
Exactly.
Right.
Got to be very humble. That's the first key.
Okay. What's the second key?
The second key is just work hard,
Mhm.
because it's a lot of hard work and it's fun.
Mm-hmm.
And It's challenging with the TV cameras around and stuff, but it kind of just disappears after a while because I didn't go to Sweetie Pie's, sign on to Sweetie Pie's because of the television show. My heart lies in cooking. And
yeah,
so,
that shows too. Yeah, it shows.
So it was like a direct connection. Miss Robbie, her recipes, me wanting to uphold her legacy and to bring it to a different level. So, which is fun and it's unique. It's a blessing to do it.
So one of the things I have to ask you about is legacy. That has got to be intimidating because I was watching one episode where you guys opened a new store that is huge. What's the name of that store? The one in California?
Inglewood.
Inglewood. So Tim is a visionary. He is. I love this dude. It's like Tim gets a vision and he pit bulls it. He just locks on and he walks it out. What people don't see is the hard work that you and Tim put into bringing consistency, because if it's not consistent, you're going to fail. How did you manage to get Tim to try new things, and how did you make new things old things? And or put another way, how did you find a new way to do the same old thing?
Well, see, Tim's vision was to bring new things in the beginning. So whatever I brought to the table, it just enhanced his vision. So he had ideas. He already had recipes in his head. So Tim and I worked many a nights. Actually, Tim, I, and Bruce stayed up. We did our normal shift, 6 in the morning to 11 o'clock, and then from 11 o'clock to 5 in the morning, we worked up. Yes, we worked up recipes for which is now our new location in Houston. So this is Sweet Times, which is totally different from Sweetie Pies. So we spent numerous hours getting these recipes right and perfecting them.
Now, yeah, I know everybody's sick of me talking about peach cobbler. I don't care. That peach cobbler is the best that I've ever had. Is all of this stuff, you guys sit down and you just do test kitchen, everybody tries it?
Well, the peach cobbler recipe is Miss Robbie's recipe. This is something that was and her family, she's been doing this recipe for over 20 years. So it's the same. It doesn't change. That recipe, peach cobbler to pear cobbler, hasn't changed for years. So that's one thing.
But how did you scale it down to put it in a little skillet? I don't get it. Well, no, I got one for you. What is the hardest thing that they make that you had to learn to replicate?
Let's see. You know what? The craziest thing is the cornbread. We can't get this cornbread right. Because if you don't put the right temperature for the oil in the cornbread, it's going to throw off the whole recipe. It's crazy.
What?
Yes. You have to heat up some oil and put it in the cornbread, but if it's not at the right temperature, it's not going to come out right. So everyone doesn't understand that. So that's why the cornbread comes out different every time if the temperature's not right.
Okay, next question. When you're dealing with people that are second chance people that other folks would never hire, people that typically would be overlooked, not even given the chance, how do you know who to hire so some of these people who are not, what's the word I'm looking for? Not good at presenting themselves, they can learn, here's what you do, here's what you don't do? Because I know you guys have had some people come through there that other folks would not have embraced and would have kind of thrown away, but you saw something in them and gave them a chance. So what is it that you see in people so folks can know what to present?
You can see that they want to be with us. They want to be there. And it's like they're hungry to be at a place where they accept it and they're comfortable. And they're comfortable being them, and they don't have to hide from their past because we know their past. So they're so humble, and they're just fine with who they are, and we're fine with who they were. And the mistakes they made, everybody makes mistakes.
Wow.
So, you know, if God can forgive you, we can.
You know, one thing that I love, my boy Bruce said a minute ago, is if you come in here and your boy just fired up a blunt and you smell like, you know, weed and beer, you probably ain't gonna get a job. Tell me some of the folks that walked in and tried to interview with you, and you went, hell no?
Well, there was this one time where this guy he interviewed, I believe it was with Chloe and I, he was pissy drunk. He was falling out the chair, and we're like, are you kidding me? And we were actually taping this, and it was hilarious. So he's trying to sit up in the chair, and he keeps sliding down, and I'm like, oh my God. Yes, I'm serious. And this is being taped live. I'm not live, but we're taping it.
Did this made an episode on OWN?
I'm not sure if it aired or not. I can't remember. But
Yeah, okay. Listen, producers, you already know I need that clip, right? I promise I won't show it to nobody, but I got to
hilarious.
See it. All right, so give me this. What is your best success story out of someone that you hired that everybody else kind of doubted, but they turned out to prove that you were right, that you... maybe even you guys, somebody else saw him and believed in him too, but you knew, you know what, I am so glad we hired this person.
There was this person, he actually started off at the NoHo location. His name is Ray Dan. I used to think he was on Ritalin because he moved too fast for me or something. He needed some Ritalin. And so he moved so fast to where he made so many mistakes. And I had to keep telling him, Ray, slow down. You're thinking too fast. You're overthinking things. So he would overdo stuff. So he kind of got sent home a couple of times. And I had to sit down and tell him, like, look, Ray, slow down. Pay attention to what you're doing. I said, you have tunnel vision. I said, all you see is one task that you're given. You don't know how to multitask. So all the managers kept sending him home, even myself. So Bruce kept saying, no, he's good. He's going to work out. So I'm like, okay, fine. You see something in him, and I don't. So to this day, I just came back from the Inglewood location. I'm so proud of him. He's been promoted to supervisor, and he's slowed down a lot. He's taken a lot of my advice, and he listens to people, and he's actually doing really good.
Hey, I just want to, before we go to break, I want to say this. America, if God said yes, if he be for you, what can be against you? We're going to come right back with Chef and just talk a little bit more about some things that you can start looking for in yourself so that you don't give up on you, because as long as you don't give up on you, God surely won't give up on you. Get your blessing. You're listening to The Reality Check, Dr. D. Yvonne Young, and we'll be right back.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. What are you doing for your skin? Especially you ladies. Well, I've got the perfect products for you. It's called Simply Yolanda. Just go to Yolanda Adams Live, click on the link for Simply Yolanda, and you can find our body oil, body wash, and our body souffle, which is our moisturizer. It's so good for you. It's supple, it's amazing, it cleanses, and it keeps your skin nourished. You wanna know how I know? Did you hear me? I use it. Yes, I use it. Simply Yolanda at YolandaAdamsLive.com.
I just wanted to come here and share exactly what I've been experiencing, who I have met, the tools and strategies I have learned that have allowed me to build a better me. It is time for us to not have any more limits on our life.
Hi, this is Nicole R. Coleman, host of the new show, Super Bold Live. Each week, I will feature real people just like you that have stepped out on faith, overcome fear, and made bold moves that transform their lives. We are creating a community of game changers. Listen in each week and let's help you unleash the power within. Bold talk, bold impact, bold transformation. Be sure to connect with me at www.livesuperbold.com.
Super Bowl Live with Nicole R. Coleman. Tuesdays, 7 to 8 p.m. on 1520 KYND.
Hey guys, it's Yolanda. I just want to invite you to listen to the Yolanda Adams Morning Show with myself, Yolanda, and Marcus D. Wiley, Monday through Friday, right here on KYND from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. Hey, listen, we have a lot of fun, and we don't want you to miss it. So tune in, KYND.
Yeah, Yolanda Adams Morning Show.
The power is here. KYND.
This is the reality check Dr. D. Yvonne Young with the beautiful Chanda Clark, who is also a chef and part-time model. Okay, I just made that up. I'm lying, but she is one hell of a chef. Gotta ask you a quick question. For those of you that just tuned in, this is the head chef of Sweetie Pies, yes, the Sweetie Pies you see on the Oprah Winfrey Network. When people deal with people that look like them, I'm just gonna put it that way, we always think it's different. And it's you're gonna get this hookup, you're gonna get a discount. Stop that. Stop. Don't y'all go in this restaurant and ask nobody for a piece of fish or nothing. But I gotta ask you this. What is one of the misgivings when people see television and they think this is for TV, and then they realize that Chef Clark is really the chef, and that I know you're not like, crazy Gordon Ramsay or some nut, but what is the reality when the rubber meets the road about dealing with you and this brand and consistency? Give me a 2-minute answer.
I like structure.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people, they come from an unstructured environment.
Mm-hmm.
And me being a female with predominantly male staff, kitchen staff, it's kind of hard. It's kind of rough. And they don't really take you serious as if it was a man. Or say if they were at Papado's or something like that, and their chef was, I'm going to say, Caucasian.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to look at them in a different light. They're going to treat them in a different way.
Mm-hmm.
So it's really tough for me, being African American female, and the back of the house. It's really tough. And I'm not big. I'm short, but I'm stern.
Mm-hmm.
So people can portray that sternness for a Gordon Ramsay type attitude, which is really not that.
Well, I want to say this, America, don't confuse television with reality.
Exactly.
But one thing I want to ask you is, if you were going to give some advice, because I hate we've only got about 10 minutes left, but I want you to give some advice right now to people who have been given opportunities or seeking the opportunity to really be what they were created to be. Give me 3 things that you would say do and 3 things that you would say don't.
I would say follow your passion. No matter how many people tell you that it's not good for you or they feel against it. People that, number 2, that don't believe in you, they are not out for you. Number 3, there's always a second chance.
Wow.
Always.
That's good. What 3 things that you don't do?
3 things I don't do. Let's see.
Or you would tell somebody, don't you do this?
I would say don't give up on your dreams.
Okay.
Number 2, I'm sorry, skipping. Number 2, this is geared more towards single mothers, because I was a single mother going through culinary school. It was rough.
Mm-hmm.
But I was blessed to have my family watching my kid while I went to work and then went on to culinary school in the evenings. So you're never at the point to where you can't do anything for yourself.
And if it's not family, you can have a brother or sister from another mother, or someone that's an aunt that ain't really your auntie.
Right.
And what's the 3rd thing?
The 3rd thing, the 3rd thing is always believe in who you are. Never, ever let someone tell you that you're anything other than who you are, because you know who you are. So never give up hope on yourself.
Wow. And I want to say this. The theme for this show is, if God be for you, then, and here's the then part. What you've heard from Bruce, what you've heard from Chanda, what you've heard from me today, is that all of us had something inside of us from an early age. I had a guy named Mr. Pincus when I was at Holy Name Catholic School in Fort Worth tell me, you know what, you're going to be a great writer. And I hated writing. And then I just was a natural. It's like I do what I do in my practice. I do it very well. But I like doing it for millions of people. And I'm very good at, I don't care if it's 50,000 people or 5 people, I've learned I'm talking to you one at a time, and I want to penetrate your heart and have it resonate. So people, trust that God gave you all that you need, and whatever he's removed from you. And you heard Chanda just say this a minute ago. She said, I had a secure job, but all of a sudden, I got a redirect, and I was like, I ain't finna sell my house. I'm not moving. And then when she took her gift, and I want you to hear this, you heard Bruce say this. He was locked up doing time, and he said, you know what? I got that culinary certificate. In other words, just because you have the gift does not mean you don't have to perfect it. So in the perfecting, you and Bruce both said this: humble yourself. Be trustworthy. Have some integrity. Don't be sliding out the chair drunk. Okay, I'm just kidding. But don't forget that presentation is everything. Always make a good first impression. And the big thing that you said, Chanta, that just I'm loving is you're not doing this for TV. You just said a minute ago, hell, I forget the cameras are there.
Right.
And at the end of the day, it's about your commitment to being excellent and being the real you, because you also said that people are coming to you who have to come in sometimes with their head held down, not feeling too good about where they've been or who they are,
right,
and just have it in their heart and in their head that, you know what, despite how I may have slipped, stumbled, or fell, I got back up again, and I'm going to dare to be me. And somebody, for the right person, for the right fit, being me will be enough. Can we agree with that?
Yes, agree. And we're willing to give you that second chance.
So how can people follow and support you?
Just come on. Our arms are open, You need a job, or, you feel this is where your passion is. Come on down to Sweetie Pies.
Wow. That is beautiful. Well, I want to send a special shout out. Oprah Winfrey, thank you so much for believing in this program. I know that you're probably watching this, or your people are, so just to protect your brand, I hope I didn't mess it up, child. I hope I didn't. And on that peach cobbler, we're going to be accountability partners, okay? When I do my life class, I'm going to bring that with me. The other thing, Miss Robbie, Tim, thank you so much for allowing your team to come on to the Reality Check Doctor. I can't wait, Tim, to have you in here, because people really need to hear what it's like to come from where you came from and create a multi-million-dollar, multi-city business that not only has an excellent, heck of a great product, but changes people's lives. Man, I'm so grateful God put you on this planet, Tim. With that said, this is the Reality Check Doctor. You got a last word, Chef?
Thank you for having us on, and it's a blessing just to be here and just to talk about this wonderful brand.
And stop trying to eat hot catfish and you ain't got no teeth. That messed up my dinner. I almost fell out my chair laughing. But anyway, this is the Reality Check Doctor, Dr. D. Yvonne Young, giving you the tools you need to start living a profoundly extraordinary life. I love you madly. Most sincerely, I do. See you next week.
The views and opinions expressed on KYND 1520 talk programs are those of the host, guest, and callers, and are not necessarily those of this station, its owners, management, other hosts, or advertisers. Show topics on this station may include conversations on any lifestyle, belief, religion, political affiliation, or other personal practices. KYND, a synergy